Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So now let's start with the recipe. So now here to a pot I have added 4 teaspoon oil. To that 1/4 teaspoon fenugreek seed, few pandan leaf, few curry leaf, 2 cardamom pot, 2 cloves and a small cinnamon stick. Now I am letting them to roast in the oil for a bit so that it releases its flavor. And then to that we will be adding 1 large onion chopped, and then we are going to saute it nicely to a transparent color. So it's not just finely chopped, it's roughly chopped. So once we saute this nicely, to that we will be adding the garlic, and then we'll saute that also for few minutes. So once the garlic is done, to that we will be adding rest of the ingredients, that is 1 large tomato finely chopped and 1 green chilli sliced, and the rest of the curry leaves which we have. So we add a little bit of salt once you add the tomato so that the cooking process is easier and the tomatoes get softened very fast. So you mix that up, and I close with the lid and I let it to cook in low flame. So now this is done. I'm just smashing the tomato with the back of a spoon. So you can see nicely how the tomatoes has cooked very well. So now at this stage I'll be adding the chili powder, that is 3 teaspoon of chili powder, and we'll saute the chili powder a little bit with the mixture, because if it is sauteed with this oil you get a nice red color. So add only the chili and then saute it nicely. So once the color of the chili powder changes to a nice darker shade, to that we will be adding the beef pieces which we have washed and kept, and to the beef pieces we will be adding tamarind juice, that is 1/4 lime size tamarind soaked with water. So we'll be adding that water to the beef pieces and give it a nice mix. So by doing this, by adding the beef pieces as first, it helps in the cooking process faster. So this amount of tamarind is enough to add. So once you add that, to this we will be adding, after you mix it nicely, we will be adding 1 teaspoon coriander powder, 1 teaspoon cumin powder, 1 teaspoon pepper powder, 1/4 teaspoon turmeric powder, and give it a nice mix along with some water, enough for the curry to cook nicely. And then you close it with the lid and let it cook on low flame. So the reason why we keep the flame low is because beef takes time to cook. So if not, it will be raw from inside and it will burn from outside. So do give a stir in between so that it doesn't get burnt from under and stick to the bottom. Add salt as per your need, and then let it cook. So now this is almost half done. Now to this we will be adding water and 1 large potato. Now this is half cooked while I am adding the potatoes, and then I am adding the water. This whole process is happening in low flame. So the water depends on the amount of gravy you'll be needing, because once this cooks down, the gravy will get more thicker, as we have added potatoes too, so it will give a nice thicker consistency. Now here to make the pittu, I have taken 1 kg wheat flour, because I will be storing rest of the flour to make pittu again. So in low flame you have to roast this Keep on stirring. Don't leave it on the flame as it is because it might get burned from under. To know if the flour is done, there's two methods. One is you'll see some lumps forming in the flour and the flour color might change to a light pale yellow, and then you get a nice aroma in the house once this flour is getting ready. So now here it has got stopped recording, so I couldn't take it properly. This is leftover rice. To that I have added 1 cup coconut and salt, and to that I am adding the flour which we made little by little and mixing with it. So the amount of flour which we are adding depends on the moisture in the rice and the coconut. So you check the consistency by giving it a press in the hand, and you see if it is holding to a shape, and then when you break it, if it crumbs back into small pieces, then it is in the right consistency. So this is a very easy recipe which you can prepare. The only thing is it takes time to roast the flour. This is a very famous method of making pittu in Jaffna, by roasting the flour. Now to small cups I am adding coconut, grated coconut, and on top of that I am putting the flour mixture which we made and giving a gentle press. Don't press it too tight. And then we are going to steam it for 10 to 15 minutes. So this is how it looks once it steams. It's very hot, so I couldn't hold the cups, it was so hot, but you can leave it for some time and then remove it. To show you all, I did it very fast. So here is the yummy and soft and tasty pittu. So this is the beef curry which we made. As I told you, it has got thickened. This is how it looks. So beef curry and this pittu is a very nice combination. There's another version of making the original pittu with it, with only adding coconut and the flour. I'll show that method in another video, but adding rice and making rice pittu is one of my family's favorite. I used to make rice pittu with rice flour as well, by adding leftover rice to rice flour as well. I've already uploaded that video. If you all had not checked, please do check that. Thank you for watching.